Hello, everyone. Um, yes, I thought it's about time you deserve something more than just a ramble of mine. So I was going to say something about the Skandhas. I started talking about form yesterday, but it was a bit all over the place. So the Skandhas, these heaps or aggregates. There's lots of words that are used for the Skandhas. Um, Basically, they are an analysis of how we make up ourselves, how we create this self. Um, so, one way to describe it is the analysis of the individual into his constituent parts, or more accurately, events, to reflect the process element rather than the unchanging thing. So, yeah, the first thing to say is it's not like the Skandhas exist as things. They are simply a process. There's something that happens. In a way, they are integral in any moment of consciousness. So Chogyam Trungpa says in his book on the Abhidharma that Skandha means heap. It's a collection or pile. That means it's not an independent, definite object like a brick, but a collection of a lot of little details and aspects of psychological inclinations of different types. For instance, the second skandha, feeling, and that's what I was going to talk about today, is not solid, not one feeling. It contains all sorts of feelings. Analayo, in his book on the Satipatthana Sutta, his first book actually, had something very simple in it. It's not an easy book actually, mostly, but it had something that I thought was fantastic about the skandhas. So, just to remind you that the skandhas are form, feeling, thought, intention or purpose, and consciousness. So, what he says is from an unawakened point of view, in other words, owing to our ignorance, all these skandhas are notions, are embodiments of the notion I am. In other words, I exist as a being, as an independent being. So he says about form, the material body is where I am. Feelings are how I am. Thought or cognitions are what I am. Intention or purpose, volitions, why I am. And consciousness is whereby I am. So I'll repeat those. I think they're really worth repeating. So the material body is where I am. That sets us as an object around other objects. Feelings are how I am. Pleasant, painful, neutral. Thought cognitions are what I am. Now we start analysing and naming and giving concepts to things. Intention, purpose or volitions is why I am. So this is our motivation, our acting aspect. And then consciousness is whereby I am. In other words, a more deep analysis of our total experience, we could say. And he says that each aggregate offers its own contribution to enacting a reassuring illusion that I am. So I thought that was very, very helpful. So yes, I make a lot of index cards about a lot of Buddhist concepts. Here's another one. This one's from Lama Govinda, from the Foundations of Tibetan Mysticism on the Skandhas. He says the skandhas correspond to the 5 phases which occur in every complete process of consciousness. As the skandhas are functionally connected with each other, they cannot be regarded as separate parts out of which an individual is composed, but only as different aspects of an indivisible process to which neither the quality of being nor of non-being can be attributed. I think that needs a little bit of thought, that one. The mutual relationship of the Skandhas is expressed in the Majjhima Nikaya 43. Whatever there is of feeling, perception and mental formations is mutually connected, not disconnected, and it's impossible to separate one from the other and to show up their difference, because what one feels, that one perceives, and what one perceives, that is that we are conscious of. In the same way, the different colours of a rainbow cannot be separated from the rainbow itself or from each other, and have no existence or reality in themselves, although they are perceived by the senses. So yes, feeling, that second skandha, is sometimes described just in terms of direct sensation, but it's more than that. You could say that it's the seed of our emotion. And of course, because the skandhas are so integral together, it means that it is very hard to discriminate or to tease out one of them. I think with the skandha of feeling, one of the ways that we can work with that in meditation is to notice our likes and dislikes and the impulse that that leads to very quickly. So if I have an itch on my nose, I scratch it even before I've thought about I have an itch on my nose. So there's like an unpleasant sensation and a reaction to do something about it. And I think this is why it's really good for us to learn how to sit quietly and still. Sometimes I say in meditation, let the body become still and quiet, because as soon as you say that in a way, you want to move, you want to do something. It's quite difficult to just relax into that sense of real stillness. And, as often books on meditation say, it might be that you're sitting cross-legged, for example, and maybe you get a bit of stiffness, or your leg starts going to sleep. You have to work out whether, is it a good idea for me to move? And sometimes it definitely is. Or will the sensation, the unpleasant sensation, the unpleasant feeling, will it pass off if I just leave it? So in meditation, we learn to notice when feelings arise and to be able to assess whether they need some action, or whether it's best to leave them and to watch that feeling pass away, to watch that feeling arise and pass away. So I think that's enough for today. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.